Travel expenses for Computex 2018 paid for in part by Fractal Design. Yeah, if you haven't seen our coverage of the Fractal Define R6, you've got to check out our videos on the Define R6. We've done a Threadripper build, we've done an i9 build. It's cool, it's quiet, it's competent, it's a really awesome case, and you should check out our videos on that. Travel expenses for Computex also paid in part by ASRock. Yes, ASRock, the mini PCs and graphics cards, and ASRock's just building everything these days. Whether you swing Team Red or Team Blue, ASRock has got something for you, I think. So be sure to check out our coverage of all of their motherboards, everything from IO-MMU groups to full UEFI tours, which I know only the people that are basically getting ready to pull the trigger look at those UEFIs. Everybody else doesn't care. So big thanks to ASRock for sponsoring us, and you really should check out our other coverage of ASRock products and our coverage from Computex 2018.
Well, I'm here at the ASRock booth, setup thing, whatever you want to call it. This is the first two videos. This is all about Intel motherboards and the Intel offerings and everything that's here. So first up, the Desk Minis. The Desk Minis are out in force. You know, for the non-overclocking Intel CPUs, the Desk Minis can make a lot of sense. You can get up to a GTX 1080 in these. I reviewed them. You should check out the review. So this is nothing new to me, but maybe you missed the review. Maybe YouTube didn't send you the notice of the review. Not really sure, but that's okay. You should totally check that out because these are basically no compromise, ultra small form factor desktop machines. Now, most recently, the new Intel chipsets have come out, the H370 and those motherboards. They came out before Computex, so again, those are things we've seen. I just reviewed the H370 motherboard from ASRock, so you can check that out as well. There's not really anything new from Intel here, but they are showing off how to really set up your Intel system and make it hum. And how are they doing that? Well, they're doing that with the newly released Optane 905P. This is an Optane and an M.2 form factor. We saw it at the Intel press release. And this thing is pretty fast. I mean, it's Optane, so in one regard, in terms of IOPS per second, it's insanely fast. You also do the PCI Express Optane as well, but there are new expansion cards like the ASRock Ultra Quad M.2 that will carry multiple M.2s on X299 systems. So you can get RAID arrays that will do 10 gigabytes per second, and they're showing them off. And 10 gigabytes per second, plus all the crazy fast IOPS of Intel Optane, that's pretty nuts. I mean, check out these custom systems. These systems are just utterly insane. Look at the love and craftsmanship that's going into all of these super customized Intel systems. ASRock's also got graphics cards, tons and tons of graphics cards. They've got general purpose, GPU servers, the whole 9 yards. But really, the Intel machines are what their booth is set up for. I'll also mention, even though I can't get in to actually show you while I'm doing the voiceover, but I got some B-roll earlier, so that's good. We've got the SBC 330 and the COM651. The COM651 is an interesting product. It's got 6 PCI Express by 1 lane, so it's perfect for building an OEM router type thing. The SBC is a little bit more generic, let's say. It supports some different mezzanine cards, so you can add a mezzanine card and get more LAN connections than just the 2 LAN connections that are on the SBC. But you've also got dual HDMI and USB 3, so it's a little more flexible in terms of I/O. You can do some more fancier things with it. But yeah, Intel is in industrial stuff too. You know what my favorite thing about this 1U server is? It's toolless for hard drives. 12 SATA ports, dual socket, dual power supplies, and 1U. Check it out, phase change cooling in a completely sealed package. So the idea here is that you could totally immersion cool your machine, but then you've still got Thunderbolt. So you can run your graphics card or whatever in an external Thunderbolt enclosure. Meanwhile, the entire rest of the system is submerged. And of course, it's right next to the Fractal Meshify C. All the airflow, all the liquid flow. The most impressive display here by far on the Intel side of things though is that Optane RAID. It's crazy expensive, but it's also crazy fast. Not just in terms of throughput at 10 gigabytes per second, but we're talking over 1 million IOPS per second, almost 2 million. So that's like, you're using 16 of your CPU PCI Express lanes on that X299 CPU in order to be able to do that. So that's pretty crazy. But it is nice to see the version of the Ultra Quad M.2 that will work on the X299 platform, because the X299 platform on most of the motherboards I reviewed don't directly support splitting that by 16 slot into 4x4 slots. You need a clock generator for the other 3 M.2 slots. But hey, they've got it. It works. It's here. It's good to go. So if you want to build a crazy M.2 RAID on X299 and you've got the 40+ lane CPU to do it, it's here. ASRock was also showing off the 8086K, of course. The 8086K, 5 gigahertz. It's the new Intel CPU that they announced on Monday. And so all of these boards will work just fine with it. If you're going to overclock though, you're going to need that Z370 motherboard. I'm a little bit surprised they don't have the Z390. But hey, that hasn't been announced yet. I don't know anything about that. That doesn't exist.